There is a necessity of divine influence in the ministry. It is a supernatural office ordinarily given to us, empowered by the Spirit of God. How could a minister employ an earnest ministry, a zealous ministry, without the power of the Holy Spirit? It's only by the power of God's grace that a revival of earnestness in the ministry will take place. Ministers are now working under the privilege of the Messiah, who came in the fullness of power and has delivered his Spirit from the throne of grace to his ministers for their good and for his work. The minister must take up his position in the fire of this Spirit, deriving it from the unspeakable advantage in addressing our hearers. A seriousness should attend it. Tenderness and majesty would pervade all of our sermons, beyond what the greatest unassisted talent could command. Something superhuman would rest on us. A divine glory would irradiate us, and we would speak in power and in the demonstration of the Spirit, which in the old days we call that unction. But his word was in my heart like a burning fire shut up in my bones. I was weary of holding it back, and I could not, Jeremiah says in Jeremiah 20 and verse 9. Bishop Hall says, quote, possessed of this celestial unction, we should be under no temptation to neglect the plain gospel in quest of amusing speculations and unprofitable novelties. The most ordinary topics would open themselves with a freshness and interest, as though we had never considered them before, if we do this by the Spirit. And the things of the Spirit would display their inexhaustible variety and depth. We shall pierce the invisible world. We shall look, so to speak, into eternity and present the very essence of religion, while too many preachers, for want of spiritual discernment, rest satisfied with the surface and the shell. We shall not allow ourselves to throw one grain of incense on the altar of vanity, and shall forget ourselves so completely as to convince our hearers we do so, and displacing everything else from the attention, leaving nothing to be felt or thought of but the majesty of truth and the reality of eternity, if we have such an unction.